You got to pay for that or
No, it's free.
cool. All right. We are going live. I'll start us off with our video.
You're on mute, Bobby. You're still on mute, Bobby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome to the call. We're gonna get started right after this quick message.
Hello, and welcome to the Beat
Oh,
Cancer Answer, brought to you
it's
by
not on sound.
this.
Oh, the sound's not playing?
No, it is playing, but it's low. You got to give it computer sound.
I thought it would save the settings from last time. There we go. How about now?
Hello, and welcome to the Beat
Perfect.
Cancer Answer, brought to you by BeatCancer.Org, the Center for Advancement in Cancer Education. We believe that 90% of all cancers could be eliminated through environmental and lifestyle choices alone, and science agrees. Unfortunately, most people don't know it. So we provide the education that can help you prevent, cope with, and beat cancer through diet, lifestyle, and other immune-boosting approaches. In every video, we will feature an expert who can teach us how to become part of that 90%, who could prevent getting diagnosed with cancer. But if you already have cancer, we have empowering information for you too. Over the past 40+ years, our nonprofit counseling service has helped thousands of cancer patients get back into the driver's seat when it comes to their personal journey of healing cancer and preventing future recurrence. If we helped you learn just one thing today about how to prevent, cope with, or beat cancer, then we have succeeded in our mission. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. We appreciate all of your feedback and love your suggestions. Your positive ratings help us to get discovered so we can help save more lives. Thank you again for joining us, and best wishes for good health from all of us at BeatCancer.Org.
All right.
All right, we're getting there. Someday we'll be almost professional.
Doing great.
Yep. Welcome everybody to the BeatCancer.Org weekly call. The date is November the 21st of 2024. We are coming right off of last week's super exciting special event with certified holistic cancer coach Leslie Nance. And we're very glad to have a nice small group with us here tonight. Yeah, with that said, I'll welcome everybody to the call. I see some familiar faces and some familiar names, and we're pretty international on this call today. I see my friends from Jamaica have joined us, being Beverly and Lloyd there. So very glad that you're able to make it. And with that said, I will turn things over to Carl for anything he would like to get us going with tonight.
Yep, I think we'll do some quick introductions and we'll ask the standard questions. Bobby can go first. Catherine went last time. Catherine, so everybody, just in 1 minute or so, tell us what prompted you to become a beat cancer coach and why beat cancer. So we'll start with Bobby.
Okay, thank you. Um, well, of course, as many people, cancer's it touches everybody, all of your relatives, your friends, neighbors. It just is so. When I was young, I think I knew two people with cancer. And when I was around 30, 35, I had a friend that was an oncologist nurse that she was telling me about all these children that had cancer, and you just didn't see that. And it's so prevalent now, and why? So I was always asking questions. Why are so many people getting cancer? And that is my passion, to just keep on learning and delving into it. And on this call, trying to contribute, but really also learning from everyone else. So that's
So in your journey for education, why did you pick Beat Cancer?
You know, it was a friend of mine that steered me, and she told me about the organization. And I became intrigued with it, and I was representing a company, and I just thought, this is going to educate me more by taking the course. Loved the course, and I'm sharing that with as many people as I can, just trying to get them to take it as well. It was a great course and really opened my eyes to a lot of things that I didn't know. And then, of course, the more you know, the more you realize you don't know.
Mm.
And then you just want to just keep on grasping. I told my husband, I said, I feel like my brain is on fire in a good way because I can't wait to learn the next thing or learn from the next person. Or, it's very exciting to me. It's terrible what has happened in our country. And I believe most of it is unnecessarily happening. And I think so many of these diseases and cancer can be overcome. I really do. And I really believe it can be changed. And thank goodness that it looks like the country is going in that direction, starting with fluoride.
Yeah.
With Bobby Kennedy, starting with fluoride. And I've been talking about that for 7, 8 years. So I'm excited what's going on. And now I feel like everyone's being awakened by what's going on. Before 7, 8 years ago, people didn't know what I was talking about, and now they just didn't know these horrible chemicals were in food. I just talked to someone today that all the children take gummy vitamins. I mean, that is like one of the worst things you could do. So you're still shaking people and saying, no, no, wait. So it's a passion, and I'm glad to be on with you guys and learn from everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. And fluoride, I remember taking my kids at a very young age to a dentist appointment. Um, and they were given the fluoride treatment, and I said, isn't that dangerous? Isn't there a problem with fluoride? And I tried to talk to the nurse or whoever was doing it, the dental assistant, and she was said, no, as a matter of fact, I put fluoride tablets in my water. I was just shocked.
Mm.
Yeah, the programming runs very deep, and it's very interesting when you study the history of when certain things get introduced to the mainstream, consciousness and the mainstream perpetuation of what is allegedly good for us. And the short of fluoride is that it was an industrial waste and some corporations had to get rid of it. So they struck up some back end deal to conveniently get rid of it right into our water supply. And, obviously, if it was just looked at as an industrial waste like it was, then the public wouldn't take very kindly to that. So in comes the media machine to start putting out articles and whatnot that fluoride is now good for your health. And of course, that leaves out the differentiation between fluoride, a naturally occurring element, and industrial byproduct waste fluoride, which is
Correct.
always an important discussion as well, because that complicates things. Even if the natural element might be healthy for us, the way it's derived from, these chemical processes, it might not be exactly the same. Some people say it is, some people say it's not, but certainly doesn't make me feel good about it. So yeah, it's a funny thing that happens in history when you see where certain things come from and you see how heavily the general populace comes to believing and then pushing a particular concept.
It
Fluoride
all
is a
starts with
really
the
big,
experts, right? It's all the experts and the scientists say.
yeah.
And then
Well,
people like just shut off their minds and they refuse to do any actual homework on their own.
yep.
Yeah.
We're in the age now of information where we can more and more be our own experts. And that's something that's been kind of downplayed and made fun of, in this modern society, people have been led to feel disempowered, like you aren't smart enough to think for yourself. you aren't smart enough to read things and think about things logically and figure things out and make decisions for yourself. So instead, outsource all of your decision making and what's good for you to the so-called experts. Exactly. But who are they and who's paying them and who is,
Exactly right.
who sent them?
I heard
So
a crazy statistic that 99.957% of experts agree with whomever's paying them. So
that's true. And if they don't agree, whoever's paying will find experts that do agree.
that's exactly right. They don't get paid anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, it's important to do research, connect with people that don't have any conflicted or confounding interests other than seeing the world be healthy. And that's exactly the community that we're building here. And it's exactly what we're here to do on these calls. So I'd love to continue to hear from other people
yeah,
on
yeah.
what has brought them. Who should we go to next, Carl?
So again, we're just gonna just quick 1 minute intro, who you are and why beat cancer. We're gonna keep it just quickly to 1 minute, and we'll go to Catherine next.
Thank you very much, Carl. I actually, joined BeatCancer.org because after my cancer experience, I really needed support. But more than that, I had so many experiences that I really felt it was critical to start doing something as a registered nurse, a retired nurse, and to educate women today on prevalence of cancer, cancer education, and actually just changing your lifestyle habits. It's that we're looking at putting that horse before the cart and really working on prevention, but also, I found helping others and supporting others to be my healing medicine.
Yeah.
And so that has really made a big change for me in my life. And of course, and now I actually have been doing a lot of public speaking now. So it's my public speaking engagements have come up on speaking on actually many things, but particularly I'm getting large requests lately for healthy food choices again. And it's funny because then they want to know stress, and then they want to know about psychology and mindset, and then there seems to be, and I don't know if this is seasonal. Oh, I haven't quite figured that out yet. But it's interesting that I've had some very interesting talks lately on food and
Well,
healthy food choices and whole foods, and which
as
we
a beat
going
cancer
back to.
coach, you won something, right, in Canada?
Yes, I won the Canadian Small Business Award from Canada Post, and it is the Employee Choice Award, and it was for my BRCA shirts, but also for my coaching and education support for women across Canada.
Yeah, that's awesome. And tell me quickly, what was the prize that you won? You won advertisement and speaking engagements. What was it again?
They started off with they did a media release, and they gave me some free shipping for my shirts, and then a lot of that was also some they got me going in speaking. Yes,
Excellent. That's
in
so
public
awesome.
speaking, and then that support was tremendous, and I have really enjoyed just getting that foot up, and it really gives you the confidence once you start speaking. And it's not initially easy, especially when, remember, at the conference they couldn't get my mic to work, and it really throws you off. And when you want to get talking, then you can't, and it throws you off. But I've learned to overcome all those little challenges so that I always come out smooth and effective in what I'm doing.
Well,
So,
we're
that
super proud of
stage
you.
presence was a big support for me. But more than that, I found the biggest support has still come back to you, Carl, and the program, and me thinking that, this, what we do every Thursday night, every now and then someone comments on it. And even people at the Annapolis League Conference, and your connection there. That is so critical to people. And look at some of those organizations that are there. That this I'm thrilled to meet and to just relate to some of the cancer coaches, the other organizations that are there, and 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 just to hear, like, I was speaking actually yesterday, the day before yesterday, with Zubin Mariola.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Just
super
chatting
awesome.
online, and he's asked me to do some work for him and some stuff. So I'm going to be starting some little bit of speaking for him too. So
Couldn't be more proud of you. So
yeah,
it's
you know what? Little
super
things
good.
happened at a time, and I think it's a godsend when they come. But I think the power in all of this is something you were commenting on there, Zach, is that engagement, that inner core support, and feeling confident and in control when and being that expert. And it's not so much being an expert, but feeling in control, because it's the very first thing you lose when you walk into a hospital, control. And they
Absolutely.
take it away.
They
And
do.
and it's their way or the highway.
It's an ultimatum. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was that disempowerment. I found just and I even lost all my colleagues that were just horrified that I didn't follow a chemotherapy and radiation regime. But
Mm.
you know, this was my choice. And but I know I'm doing the right thing and I'm feeling good and I'm doing the right things by changing my lifestyle of exercise, de-stress, healthy diet. I've lost 60 pounds. I'm doing well. And this is what matters, is when we make changes in everything we do. Because when we start to take control of our life, we find love and laughter and doing things we want to do. That is what makes a difference for everybody. I'm going to turn it
Thank,
back to you there.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're gonna move on real quickly to Maya. We're just quickly introducing ourselves and why beat cancer real quick, and we'll get through the
Okay.
introductions and anybody that has any questions in the meantime, please feel free to put them in the chat and we'll hit your questions next.
Well, I'm Maya, holistic cancer coach from BeatCancer.org. Basically, I do love this organization because it offers something that hard to hear in conventional world. And what brings to the table is actually empowerment that people needs to have while they're dealing with cancer. It teaches, it taught me a lot of things, but and also kind of continue this steps that Susan had put it together in helping people to look outside the box, not what they were told or listened to. Um, just take it to a next level, their health, by changing their life, their diet, their perspectives in life. So that's what Bit Cancer is for me. Um, that's what I would say. Like, there's a lot of things that happens in my life. Like, after joining Beat Cancer, I met great people around me, participated in many different things, and it's just the door opens after a door, and my knowledge grows tremendously. Understanding human body, just overall, like, connection with universe, with nature, everything all together. Like, the healing comes with within, and with um putting together everything, your mind, your body, your soul, and that's what we're all about.
It's
Love
so
it.
awesome. And Maya is, by the way, one of our busier coaches. She's about at max capacity.
Yeah,
So she is helping people every day, all day. So
yeah, trying hard, working hard.
yeah. So we have some brand new coach or a guest that is looking to become a coach, possibly. Maybe Zach, you want to introduce them?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've gone through everybody that is showing their beautiful faces tonight, and I'd love to hear from some of our newer friends. How about Lloyd? Lloyd, if you're in a position to possibly unmute yourself You don't have to come on camera if you don't feel like it, but it's always welcome as well. We'd love to know what's on your mind and, introduce yourself to the group and mention what brings you to Beat Cancer.
Well, yes, good night, everyone. I'm here with my wife Beverly, and thank you, Zach, for inviting us. We're in sunny Jamaica, and maybe a month ago I was surfing the net, and I came across BeatCancer.com, and I sort of do some, search a little, and then I left it. But what drew me to this was the founder and the story of why she started that. And I read all of that, and I listened to the video, and here I am. I got a note from Zach, maybe I think it was last Saturday, and just was following up to say you visited the site and you were interested in becoming a coach, and then we didn't hear from you. Then what's going on? And incidentally, I was at the computer at the time, just searching again, and so I shot him a note, and it's like he responded instantly, and that kind of said okay, and then he called me, and then we spoke for maybe 40 minutes or maybe more, and then there was a follow-up call, and then Beverly, my wife, joined, and so we are here really wanting to just know about the BeatCancer.com, here from the coaches, here from the family. We have like a vested interest because I've told Zach that my wife was diagnosed recently with breast cancer, and started some treatment, but I want to learn everything. I want to know alternatives. I listened the coach recently, the one before, I've talked about just thinking outside of the box. And I believe that there are options out there. There are credible options out there, that and protocols and lifestyle changes that you can do, because we want to beat this thing. But in addition to beating this thing, we want to use this as a motivator to help others. And so we're on the road still, not home yet, but we pull over on the road and say, let's just join for a few minutes, and here we are.
Thank you so much. That's some dedication, coming and stopping on the road and calling in.
Yeah, we are enjoying it. We are enjoying it, really.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So, Lloyd and Beverly have a health store that they operate together,
Right.
as a wonderful husband and wife team. That's amazing. And so they're already serving their community in, getting their health together in natural ways, using natural medicine and stuff. So I love it. And we very much thank you for being here. We hope that you learn a thing or two along the way, and perhaps we'll learn a thing or two from yourselves as well. As
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have a wealth of information that you're already implementing down there. So
You're definitely in the right spot.
Yeah, thank you so very much.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you can see that we are a big family here at BeatCancer.org. We are an organization. That's why it's BeatCancer.org, because we're a nonprofit. And that's another thing that's kind of going for us, because it's not about the money. It's about the labor of love and getting out Susan's message through our coaches to the masses. And that helps us fulfill our mission. So our coaches are vital to us, and Lloyd and Beverly, welcome to the family.
Thank you.
We also have another Beverly online,
yeah.
and she is from Canada. Another one from Canada. Catherine's from Canada. Beverly's from Canada. Maybe you guys, if you don't live too far away from each other, could meet up. I know it's a big place, Canada.
I like the sounds of that. Yeah, having a partner around here, that sounds great.
Awesome. So yeah, Beverly Diamond. If
Beverly, so we're asking, what prompted you to become a cancer coach, and why beat cancer?
Well, I ended up with cancer 6 years ago, And I was always interested in cancer. Even before I got cancer, I was always reading about it because um, I guess I just knew with everything that was, all the news and information that was out there that, there was going to be a lot of people getting a cancer. And so I just wanted to find out how, naturally that could be taken care of. Um, the year before I got cancer, or maybe a couple of years before. No, I guess it's longer than that. Anyways, um, I was asked to go to Mexico and work in one of the facilities down there to help with people that got cancer and doing the body code. I'm a body code practitioner and just releasing the stress, the trapped emotions, trapped negative energy thoughts that they had. And what I found was that a lot of people, before they got cancer, they were going through some traumatic events in their life or traumas that had happened. And then after that, I ended up getting cancer. And I know when I went to my natural doctor and he asked me, he said, "Do you know why you got cancer?" And I started like tearing up because I knew exactly why. I knew what had happened in my life that I had no control over, and the stresses that were going on, and I couldn't handle them. My body couldn't handle them. My heart couldn't handle them. And so, anyways, what happened after that was I decided I would start doing the Gerson therapy on my own. And then I went down to Arizona for a couple weeks, Sedona, and did just fast pace and just kept on, changing diet and, um, doing all the supplements and all the protocols. And there was so much that I was doing. It was like a second job. And I decided, and I was getting better. I never missed work, and nobody knew that I was sick. I didn't feel sick. I felt actually pretty good. I probably felt better than what I felt before. And anyways, I decided I would take, I wanted to help other people. So I found this program and I took the course, and then I added it to what I do with the body code. And but what I would like to do is I would like to go, I think I talked to you, Carl, the other day about how I want to go more into just working with people with cancer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, be more specific and yeah, just I think there's a big need out there. And anyways, so that's why I'm here. So to kind of change a little bit of direction than what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. And we hear it a lot, and it's actually in the course that there's a huge correlation with emotions and cancer, especially in
Yeah.
breast cancer.
Yeah.
That's a big one. And um, like you said, that you felt even better or healthier after you got cancer because you changed your lifestyle. We hear that all the time. We hear it all
Yeah.
the time. People say, "I've never felt so good since I was diagnosed with cancer and started uh, using these protocols." They're healthy, and we've actually seen people that uh, went on to live long, long lives after being diagnosed and never got rid of the cancer, but they arrested the cancer. They just lived with it, and it never progressed. And they wound up dying of old age, not because of cancer, but with cancer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we've seen that many times, and we've actually seen it reverse in people as well.
Yeah.
We had a great story. I just posted it online. It was a woman that called me last week that was diagnosed with stage 4 19 years ago and came to Susan. And now she's 84 years old, 19 years later, past her death date. She's doing well. So maybe Lloyd and Beverly from Jamaica. If you have any questions, you can ask the coaches. They're all here. And if you have any specific questions, they might be able to help you a little bit.
But if not, no pressure. And you
Yeah,
can
no
do one
pressure
at
at
the
all.
end.
I got things to ask.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, I was kind of curious, since we have mostly coaches on, what was the one thing, that the thing about the course that was like just this mind shift, this paradigm shift in your brain, that really changed in you, that made you look at cancer differently, and knowing that, and that made you feel like, I can do this. I can be a cancer coach. I can help a lot of people.
Well, I like I said, I have been searching. Once, like I said, once we got news that Beverly was diagnosed, then I began to just read and just wanted to find out more, because we went be to the oncologist, and we are in the health food business. We have a vegetarian restaurant, and we do natural juices. So I asked them whether or not they would recommend anything nutritional, whether there is what they think could nutrition help, or maybe, and they said no. Well, that's what he said, no. And then I said no, but there's got to be another way. There's got to be something. So I began to search, but the thing that drove me to BeatCancer.com was Susan's story.
Yeah.
That is what drew me to it. And I said to Zach that when I listened to her story and read that, I said to myself, I felt that passion. And that is what drew me to it. And then, like I said, I spoke to Zach, and the fact is that I got him on when he's these are real people, can reach somebody, because that also makes me interested. And just the availability, the fact that you don't have you have a flat organization. So we're talking to the CEO, and we're talking to the other person who get real involved in and the things that will concern the coaches, that will concern the persons who this will touch. You can reach you, and that the fact that there is a community, we wanted to learn more, and that is why we're really here. That's why we pulled off in a plaza somewhere, just listening, and I've been loving it.
I love it.
That's
I
awesome.
love it. I love it.
And we definitely do have a community, and once you get started, we'll get you into the Telegram chat that's super, super active with the coaches only. And
Yes.
You're allowed to have your tinfoil hat on there.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so very much. And so not so much questions yet. We're listening. Beverly not ready to ask questions yet. She's listening.
Awesome. Well, there's one more person on the call that we haven't heard from tonight yet, and that's Dave Frank. That's my father, for anyone that's not familiar. And I'm going to invite him to unmute if he feels comfortable doing so, and share with the group what perhaps what brings him to BeatCancer. Oh, he
He just
disappeared.
dropped off.
Well, I scared him away. Maybe he hit the wrong button. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a boomer moment. I have those all the time.
Oh well, we'll see if he turns back up. But
yeah, it would be really interesting to hear what he's been learning, because he comes on the calls and he hears a lot of stuff, so it'd be interesting.
yeah, and he had he doesn't mind sharing it. He had a cancer experience of his own some time ago. Here he is.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna bring him back in. What happened, Pops? Did you hit the wrong button? It should ask you to unmute.
It's gonna take a minute.
There
Can
he
you hear
is.
me now?
Yeah, we got you. So
Yeah, I try to I unmuted when you said that and it disconnected, I guess.
Oh well. Anyway, I was just inviting you if you felt comfortable just sharing with the group, perhaps a bit about your own experience and lifestyle transformation after what you've been through, and if there's anything that comes to your mind to share.
Yeah, I guess I'm a cancer survivor. Let's get that out of the way. I guess I had it for a long time. I didn't pay attention to the symptoms, but there's more to it than that. Just listening to all the conversations and everybody speaking. Um, I had surgery early in my life for appendicitis, and then I've had broken bones over the years and motorcycle accidents, things like that. And in hindsight, I can see that all that made this easy for me, being used to being in the hospital for 3, 4 days at a time. And it's not a scary place to me. And when I kind of found out I had cancer, my colon had kind of shut down. And that's when I found out. And it didn't bother me because I wasn't in a wonderful place in my life. And I was like, all right, let's fix whatever's wrong. And to me, it was like, just go to the hospital. You're gonna have a surgery, 3 days to be out, and you go from there. And that's just my life experiences for me, making this not a big deal because of what I was going through and because of what I've been through. And it was a blessing in disguise. And in hindsight, maybe it was preparing me for this. And I've always been healthy, I thought. I go to the gym often. But since then, I've also changed my diet considerably, mostly cutting out sugar. Uh, go more often to the gym now, 6 days a week, and just stay healthy, active, and learning more things about what I should eat, what I shouldn't eat, and having a good person, a reference who's in the same home with me to go to. And it's just, I don't know, it's changed my life for the better. And I know that sounds strange, but that's my personal experience.
No, it's definitely not strange, It's something that a lot of people go through and experience, like we were mentioning before. And specifically why I invited you to speak tonight is because we were talking before about, having a cancer experience and then the emotional elements to it and having it be kind of a wake-up call to, change some things about our overall lifestyle. So I'd love to know if, of course, if you're willing to share, some of the ways that have adapted your lifestyle or overall kind of philosophies and mentalities after your experience that you find are keeping you healthier.
The biggest thing that I've done is stay away from chemicals and many foods that I used to eat, whether they were big in sugar, which I used to take in a lot of sugar, which fed my cancer issue. And oddly enough, where I was born in Jersey City, they were known and were very proud of the fact that they had fluoride in the water. It was a big thing. Yeah, they were proud of it. And I drank that water for 30 years. So I'm sure that was another contribution that didn't help as well. But I did a lot to contribute. I used to drink extra sweet iced tea, things of that nature. But in the meantime, I didn't eat fast food, so I thought it was healthy. So live and learn.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for sharing.
You're welcome.
So it looks like we have another, I don't know, guest or somebody on an iPhone. That's all that's coming up is the word iPhone. So
I'll go ahead and ask them to unmute. You'll see a prompt on your screen if you're available to unmute yourself. We'd love to know what brings you out tonight. Is that our friend Craig joining us? I know he normally joins as iPhone.
It might be Craig
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's all right.
just ask to unmute again.
I'll hit it one more time, give him a couple seconds, and if not, we'll move on. We have a bit more time in the call to go over some interesting topics. Any current events you want to go over, Carl?
Well, yeah, well, there's lots of current events. They're mostly coach specific, but I recently changed the mission statement of Beat Cancer, and I put it in the about page. So if you go down to the bottom of our site and hit our mission, you'll now see the coaches are a part of the mission. Our coaches actually fulfill our mission. How do we reach the masses and touch them on a one-to-one basis without adding infrastructure? Zach is pulling up the site now. Go to the bottom of that page, all the way to the bottom in the blue section where the links are. So right down there under About Us, it says Our Mission. And you click on that and it takes you to this. That's it. And that's on the bottom of every page. It's just a standard menu. And right in there, we talk about how the coaches are part of our mission. And also too, we mention epigenetics and the fact that what we're trying to do in Beat Cancer is work with people on a one-to-one basis. Everybody gets individualized treatment or counseling or coaching. But once that person becomes healthy, the family starts to see it and it becomes inspired to follow suit. So if people said, oh, breast cancer runs in my family, my mom had it, all my aunts had it, grandma died from it, everybody gets it, every woman in my family. Well, when we stop that chain at that person, forever and ever, from that point on, generationally, we change the story of that family. And that's the idea. So no longer will they say breast cancer runs in my family, because they know how to take care of themselves. They know how to handle stress. They know how to have great interpersonal relationships with their family. They know how to eat properly and be a healthy body weight. Just being an unhealthy body weight causes 32 different types of cancer. So if we could just get that out of the way, we could help eradicate 32 different types of cancer. Right? So this is what we do. We're trying to cause generational change. And we got a new guest on, I believe another coach. So it's Gretchen.
Hey,
Hi, Gretchen.
Gretchen, welcome to the call.
Hi, yeah, I'm not a coach, but I have an interest in learning what you guys are doing.
Terrific. You just missed the About Us.
Did I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gretchen was an attendee at our Leslie event, and we've been having some personal conversations a bit, and she's super awesome. She's loves to keep it real, and already is a good wealth of information on holistic cancer support. So Gretchen, we welcome you to share anything that comes to mind, anything that you're willing to share, what kind of brings you out, what has you interested in holistic cancer information, and yeah, well, we'll hand the floor over to you.
Yeah, so as I was talking to Frank just over text that my next door neighbor's son recently got diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and they were just devastated. And he is, of course, devastated because he has a family with 3 kids, and the outcome for pancreatic cancer is, especially stage 4, is pretty grim. So I just have been trying to support them as best as I can. I've got tons of books that I've accumulated over the years that I've shared with them, and I shared the Beat Cancer website information, and I think Ralph Moss reports as well. I don't know if you guys know about them. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Ralph, I'm not sure if Ralph is dead or alive, but we work with the son. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, anyway, I've just have an interest in helping, and it just seems there's not just my next door neighbor's son, but multiple people over the past years had inside my circle of friends have been diagnosed with various stage 3 and stage 4 cancers, and it's kind of overwhelming to watch you know, what's happening right now. It's just, you know, unbelievable. And from healthy people too, that you just would think, how could they just all of a sudden have stage 4 colon cancer or pancreatic cancer?
Yep. 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 I'm noticing amongst my friend group as well, especially people in the medical field that, you know, they had to do certain things to keep their jobs. And I think that might be contributing to it, but that's just my tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I believe in that. I do believe. I can't figure out what else it could be, you know.
Yeah, it's
But
too quick for all of a sudden people just getting diagnosed right away with stage 3, stage 4 first shot.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you. I'm so glad you're here. And
Yeah.
so coaches, what I was asking in general, but Lloyd answered. Um, what was it that thing in the course that had caused you to have an epiphany to say, I can do this. I can be a cancer coach. This is the information that I need. Catherine, go ahead.
Yeah, you know what the big thing for me, first of all, I want you to know that the changes you're making, the transformations are major because they align with my philosophy in the educate to advocate for your health and your wellness. And I think that's a critical part of everything we're doing is educating people on cancer and good healthy habits, establishing good health habits. And I pair that health habits and adopting those changes and that positive mental attitude, and I'm calling it the adoption of habitude. That's habits and good attitude,
I love
because it really is synonymous. Because you can't have one without the other. You have to be proactive in making changes and decisions in your life and taking control. And I love the fact that we're making those changes here at BeatCancer.org.
Yeah, yeah. Another important point is that a cancer coach, when they work with somebody, they grant them the permission because they probably wouldn't give it to themselves to be a partner in their healing, right? So now people with cancer, they're not a victim anymore. They can be a partner in their healing and actually do things for themselves with the guidance of a coach. And I think that's a big thing because like Maya was saying, you know, you get the ultimatum, do it my way or the highway is what they get in the medical system. And and you could hardly even talk to them. If you bring up diet, you know, somebody else said it on the line tonight. They brought up diet and they said that has nothing to do with it. Well, certainly bad diet has something to do with it, right? If you're eating the wrong foods, it can contribute to cancer. So why couldn't eating the right foods work the other way and make you more resilient or less hospitable to cancer? Right. So and we were talking about epigenetics a little bit. We put that into our mission statement now because there's been plenty of studies where twins are separated at birth through adoption, and one twin has bad health outcomes, heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and the other twin is fine. And why? They have exactly the same genes. They're carbon copies of one another. Why does one end up sick and the other one does not? And once they started noticing that, they started studying it, and what came of that was epigenetics. And just because you have a gene, which pretty much we all have, as far as I know, um, it does not mean that the gene has to express itself negatively. So the, to put it into guy terms, um, your genes might have loaded the gun, but it's your lifestyle that pulls the trigger, right? It's the lifestyle that makes it happen. So that's what we're trying to teach people. And by the way, coaches, especially in Canada, there's nothing that we advocate or teach that could possibly be misconstrued as illegal or alternative. All we're teaching is good health practices and trying to get people back into balance and harmony with themselves and make their bodies less hospitable to cancer. So that's a big thing. Hopefully it's a relief to some people. But Catherine obviously works in Canada and she's doing very, very well. And Beverly is going to be getting back into the swing of things in Canada. So I'm excited for you. We have Lloyd on from Jamaica. It's awesome. And we have our an immigrant, first generation immigrant, right? Is that you, Maya? You first generation to this country? Yep. So we got all types here.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be me.
A lot of people get, when I'm doing some community outreach and speaking to people in places like the UK or Canada where, free speech is a lost art more so than here in the United States, even at that. There's a lot of concern of like, oh, well, will I be allowed to say this? Will I be allowed to say that? And, no matter where you are in the world, the fact is that when you're a provider of holistic health information, we are going a bit against the grain or very much against the grain. Now, it doesn't mean that we are all trying to be a thorn in the side of, mainstream institutions, but sometimes certain people might see it that way. And, all different avenues come with assorted challenges, but when there's a meaningful reason behind what you're doing, which for all of our coaches, I know there is, then it makes navigating those challenges, something that a lot of people just say, all right, well, I'm going to face them and I'm going to do what I can. And that's another big part of where the community comes into play because we help people navigate the implementation side, in addition to just knowing the information. Because we've been around for quite a while. Carl, much more so than myself, and this organization, even more so than himself. And we've come to learn a bit of the games that have to be played to, be have longevity. And we want nothing more than to help our coaches be able to stick around as long as we have and beyond. So, yeah.
I think the main thing that we should shy away from is using the word cure because the medical society owns that word, and if you use it, you are in trouble. But the other thing is that we do not cure anybody. All we do is get you in the best possible state for your body to heal itself, just like a wound scabbing over. It's that natural. It looks like we got a question from Beverly Frank or Beverly
Diamond.
Sorry. Everybody calls you Frank, Zach, and now I'm saying the word Frank like stuck in my brain.
Now you're just calling everybody Frank.
Yeah. Beverly Diamond.
I was just wondering if anybody heard anything about the organic carrots are now tainted and aren't good to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that, but I've heard for many years I've heard whole carrot groves found with devoid of vitamin A. Same thing with oranges, devoid of vitamin C. It's incredible how depleted our soils are. That's been a problem for a long time. That's one of the reasons that I garden. And you and I have a love for chickens. So it's that thing where we want to raise or grow our own food. I think if you have even a tiny backyard, you can get a lot of your food to fit in it. Even apartments, you can have stuff on your trellis or whatever, in buckets.
I know there's a couple things that you might be referencing, Beverly. Are you talking about the recent, alleged outbreak of listeria, or are you talking about, the carrots being one of the vegetables that they're putting the mRNA into? Or there's a lot of different things we could talk about there.
Yeah, there is. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Is that Listeria or E. coli?
Which one? I forget which one it was.
I don't know.
Read it.
It was E. coli.
Called meat was the listeria, and vegetables typically is the E. coli because of
Coli.
And they were saying it was the organic carrots this time. So, anyways, I'm just thinking, it's sad because anybody that's doing like juicing, they're using a lot of carrots, eh? So it's like, oh boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
organic seal thing is, in my opinion, a money grab. When I talk to local farmers around here, little farmers that adhere to organic practices, they can't get the seal. They A, can't afford it, and B, if a farm moves in within 3 miles of them that is GMO, they would lose their organic rating because they're too close a proximity to this other farm. So there's so many games, and only the big guys can afford to pay the fines and get away with it. The other thing we were talking about with organics is organics in the stores, they spray them down. That mist that they spray on those has a chemical in it, and they have a organic, I'll use it in air quotes, form of appeal, which we all know is terrible, has forever chemicals in it, and you can't wash it off.
It has 3 or 4 different names now.
Yeah, Organapeel, yeah, stuff like that. They make it sound so palatable, but it's just horrible.
Yeah.
People are getting avocados that look ripe on the outside but are rotted on the inside because the appeal makes it so that the skin doesn't change.
They just approved like a seedless apples to come in the shops.
Ugh.
Yeah, I just had my first synthetic pineapple a few nights ago.
I actually got one of those watermelons that was like rubbery. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, we did.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And the skin was like wiping off or something. It was the weirdest thing. I wouldn't even give it to my chickens.
No, I wouldn't give the pineapple to my chickens after I cut it all up. And I did taste it because I wanted to, I knew it didn't look like the pineapple, right? But I wanted to taste it anyways. And I ended up spitting it out right away, but it tasted like salt. Nothing else but salt.
Wow.
Yeah. So no sweetness. It didn't look like a pineapple inside. It looked beautiful on the outside, but not on the inside. There was not a difference between the core and the outer edge. It was all the same.
Yeah.
And the core wasn't hard. It was like a softer than normal, but the edge, there was no juice, no flesh. It was the same as the core.
Wow.
Looked like the same. So if you see them, they're synthetic. And so we looked online, and Del Monte was saying that they were making synthetic pineapples. So yeah, that was it.
That's why I question everything nowadays.
Yeah, I know it's hard. It's hard. It's getting harder to eat healthy. Even if you do like I got, gardens and whatever, but there's still things I want to go in the store and buy. But it's like even the lettuce, like I watched how they make the lettuce synthetically,
Yeah, those are crazy videos. Are they whipping up like wax in a water? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the eggs aren't like, I got my own eggs, but I mean, the eggs aren't real. There's like, I'm thinking, is there any food left in the store that is real?
Yeah.
It's just, seriously.
The best thing to do besides grow your own is go to the farmers market and meet the farmers. Meet the farmers, actually visit the farm if you can. I mean, it sounds like a chore, but it's actually kind of fun. They're really open and they want to show you around. They're happy, they're proud of what they do. So I think they enjoy it. And if you can do farm tours, that's a lot of fun. And I do realize live in food islands, like people, especially in the inner city, they don't have a choice. It's hard, it's hard for them to get good food. If you're lucky enough to be farmers or can drive to them, that's probably
well, there's a lot of options order online.
Yep.
Nowadays it's you can still order stuff from online. I know here local farmers, they ship out to anywhere. So we're lucky enough to have a farmers market all year round. And I don't go anywhere but farmers market. So
great. We had
a nice comment on Facebook. I'll share. I did invite her to join us in these closing minutes here if she did feel so called, but someone mentioned that they're out from breast cancer surgery, chemo and radiation for they've been out for 14 months. They mentioned that nutrition education is definitely lacking. However, she did have one of our Beat Cancer books here and is saying that helped her. So that's awesome.
That
That's
is awesome.
awesome.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
Getting out
Yeah,
there.
so thank you very much for that comment. And we would love to see you join us on a call maybe next week.
Yeah. That is awesome.
That hour just went by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always
did.
giving you bad news. Coming to a close.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thank you. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and sharing and caring and showing people how much that our Beat Cancer coaches care. And they took their mess and turned it into a blessing and want to help people. Just super huge hearts. And I couldn't be more proud of you, all of you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you to everyone for
Thank
joining
you.
us. We do encourage you to join us again next week. These calls end up being a little different every time, depending on who our crowd is on that given night. But there's always an interesting thing or two to learn, and we're always here to support you in whatever step along the way you are, whether that is a cancer prevention journey, a cancer recovery journey, a cancer coaching journey, or any combination of the above. So thank you very much, and we will see you same time, same place next week.
All right,
Bye,
bye,
everyone.
everybody.